All right. Aloha, everyone, in another level living land. So happy that you're here for another episode of Freedom Fridays. You are in for an amazing treat because we're going to be talking about time freedom with automation. We have an amazing guest who's going to be sharing this awesome message with you. And I'm going to bring her on in a moment and let you know who she is and what she's all about. And then we'll get into it. It's just so exciting. Now, I wanted to first tell you what in the world is this show all about? So, Freedom Fridays, we talk about business and life harmony. We're here to support you as the entrepreneur in achieving your success in business and life harmony so that you can stress less, strengthen your relationships, lead with much more energy, ease, and momentum. And of course, my favorite is working smarter, not harder, and creating time, money, and emotional freedom. So, our topic today is actually right on perfect timing, because we're going to be talking about how to achieve time freedom with automation, how to reclaim your time for your business, your family, and yourself by implementing automated solutions. So we have our amazing special guest, and I'm so excited to introduce her, Dr. Denise Dennis. Dr. Denise, can you go ahead and say hello to everyone?
Hello, everyone. Glad to be here.
So happy that you're here with us today. So let me tell you who this amazing lady is, okay? Dr. Denise Dennis helps coaches automate their business so that they can regain their time, streamline their systems, and generate revenue. She's a marketing automation strategist and a Keap Certified Partner. Through her marketing automation agency called ActionAccelerated, she helps her clients gain peace of mind and room to breathe while serving their audience with ease and grace. How many of you would like more ease and grace? She's like a woman after my own heart. This is so great because we talk about being in the flow. So yes, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that this is just such an important topic because so many business owners they start their business, they're really excited, and then they are doing all the things and realize they can't breathe. I mean, there's just no room to do anything. We were just talking about before we went live, talking about self-care. You don't have time to get a pedicure, get your hair done, just sit and do nothing, which sometimes we like to do if your business is taking all of your time. So that's why it's so important to me to help people learn how to reclaim that time and get that time freedom.
Oh, I love that. One of the things that we talk about is how money comes and goes. We can always generate more money. We can always let go of more money, but time is something that we just can never really get back. It's going to keep going whether we want to or not. So that need for time freedom is so crucial. Now, and as she said, I'm sure that you all had a whole big old to-do list of things to do. But that part about getting that freedom back so you can just be, so powerful. So Dr. Denise, can you tell us, please let us know, how can we be able to do this, achieve this time freedom with automation?
Yeah. And before I even get to the automation piece,
okay,
because that is part of it, I want to just make clear that if you want to get your time back, there's actually 4 things you need to do. So look at everything that you have to do. The first thing you want to do is eliminate the stuff that really does not need to get done. And so eliminate daily little tasks. Maybe you are revamping. I was just talking to somebody the other day who said that they had changed their Google signature like 10 times in the past 2 months. It's like, but was that necessary? Just those kind of little things. Or it could be that you're spending your time watching Netflix or Hulu or whatever it is. And I am not saying that is in and of itself a bad thing. I'm saying that if you don't have the time for it, then that's one of the things that you may need to eliminate. So what are the things that really don't have to get done? Then with the things that are left, what can you streamline? What are the things that you can figure out the one right way to do? So look at all your various tasks, look at that to-do list. If the goal is to create your content calendar so you can publish more often. Well, what's your one right way to do that? How are you getting content? How are you publishing that content? Perhaps how are you designing that content? So what is your one right way? And are there steps in that process that can be eliminated as well?
So let me pause you there, because you just mentioned two first amazing big things. Eliminate the stuff that it's not necessarily that it matters, but it doesn't really matter. It's not high priority, right? Yes. We can get so caught up in, I remember one of my coaches told me yesterday, Heather, stop working on the website. Because I'm like, we got stuff to do on it. She's like, no, there's plenty of other stuff to do, but it's like a rabbit hole. Because once you start working on it, then you go down into that deep weeds. So think about your list. What is on your list, and what are the things that you just don't need to focus on? I think this is where that prioritization comes in, right? Making those priorities. And that part about what is your streamline, so good. Because a lot of times we need processes, like where you can just be able to rinse and repeat, streamline stuff. So it's not this, like, I'm not sure what to do. So needed. I love that. Awesome. Yeah. What else do you got for us?
Well, after you streamline, now look at what's left and figure out what are the things that only you can do, because you should only do the things that only you can do. So as the entrepreneur, the business owner, you are the visionary. You're the one that's setting the strategy for where you're headed as an organization. That's the stuff only you can do. Perhaps deciding what programs you're going to offer. That's the stuff that only you can do. But I bet you the rest of the stuff on that list are things that can go in our other two categories. Either you can automate it or you can delegate it. So anything that can be automated should be automated, because when you automate things, you have a 24/7 employee in a sense, because it's always going to be working for you. It also means that you are not falling victim to human error, because it's like, oh man, I meant to send that email, or I forgot to follow up with this person or that person. So you're eliminating that error. And the flip side of that is that you are therefore giving a consistent experience to your customers and to your audience, so that they know what to expect from you, because they know they're going to get the same high quality experience from you all the time. And automation allows you to do all of that. And then I'll just briefly mention delegation is when you actually do need to have a human involved. Maybe there's some decisions that need to be made. Maybe you have something that needs to be put into the mail. Even that, though, parts of that can be automated as well. But just look at the parts that really do need a human, and then figure out who else is going to do that, because it doesn't need to be you. And I will say with the delegation, now, it might have to be you for a little bit if you can't afford to bring someone on, even part-time or as a contractor. But start thinking about, the various hats that you wear. When I'm being the copywriter, here's the things that I need to do. So this set of tasks, I need to find somebody to hand those set of tasks to. And I want to find somebody to hand off the bookkeeping tasks to. And so think about the roles you need to fill, even if you're not able to fill them right away.
Wow. There's so much that can be talked about with this topic, right? Like, okay, so one thing is the automation piece, automation and delegation. The automation piece is so powerful because it creates that consistency, right? And it's like you can set it and forget it, and you don't have to worry about it. Like, we automate our social media posts, so they automatically go out, like we have it a month in advance. And then I don't have to think about it anymore. You set it and forget it. And that creates that consistency. So powerful. But that one part that I wanted to pick your brain on a little bit is this delegation piece. So one thing I usually hear is like, I have to, or sometimes there's this trusting or this resistance to letting it go, right? If I don't take care of it, then no one's going to take care of my baby more than me. Right. Or, and so what strategy or tip do you have to be able to support people in knowing that it's possible to let some things go that actually creates more space for you to focus on the things that that you're good at that will also be able to bring in revenue?
Yeah. So let me confess, I am very much a control freak. So I totally get that idea of, I don't want somebody else to do it. But that's where the streamlining part comes in, because you're not just simplifying things, you are documenting. And so if I bring somebody on, I'm going to give them this piece of paper with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of this is exactly how this is supposed to be done. You don't get to choose the font. You don't get to choose the point size. When I say red, I mean red with this particular hex code. And so, and so you don't give people the chance to veer away from your vision. Now, there may be other elements of or parts of your business where you want people to provide their input. Maybe you're horrible at design, graphic design. So you want someone to use their creativity, but you still want to give them the guidelines. These are my fonts. These are my brand colors. These are the images of me that I want to use. And then let them do things the way that they want to do it. But if you can document, and if you can be clear on what you want the final output to be, then it's easier to let somebody else do it, because you can think of them as just an extension of you.
Oh, so good and so needed, right? Because, okay, so first of all, I love that part about documentation. And so that part about having at least the process, you have an idea of how it's going to go. I want to kind of add to that a little bit is if they don't get it perfect the first time, don't freak out. Okay. Because basically that gives you the opportunity to refine, just have a conversation. This is where the communication and the connection and engagement with your team. One of the things I hear from a lot of entrepreneurs is that resistance to growing a team. Who can I trust? But having that documentation will support that process easier. And then it's an evolution. It's okay for it to be imperfect in the beginning. It can evolve. And as you create that working relationship with that person and building that trust, then it just gets better. But no one is perfect, not even you, right? We're human beings, okay? Not human doings.
Right, exactly.
Okay. All right. What you got for us? This is so good.
Okay. So now let's talk about automation. I want to talk about it in a little bit more detail.
Okay.
There are so many things you can automate in your business. Let's talk though about automating as much as possible of the customer's journey through your business. Meaning you need to attract customers. So how do you automate the attraction piece? You need to convert those customers into those prospects into clients. And how do you automate that? And then once they're a client, you need to automate their customer experience so that they're delighted working with you. So from the attract piece, what can we automate? You just said you can automate your social media posts. There are, from time to time, you're going to have time-sensitive posts that you need to post. So, we can't post about this Facebook Live tomorrow because that's not helping anybody. So some things are going to be time-sensitive, but there's so much that it's just general education, entertainment, talking about trying to get people to opt into some of your free things, telling people about some of your low-end, low price point offers that are always available. All of that stuff could be automated. You have your assistant or your VA or the person that you hired off of Fiverr or whatever design the graphics. You have somebody else post all of that stuff into whatever tool you want to use to do your social posting, and then that's done. So that's one way to attract people.
Okay.
Another way is to offer them a free whatever it is. So we call this a lead magnet. So a free download, a free checklist, a free PDF, a free mini course, whatever it is, but they have to give you their name and email address in order to get that free thing. I'm sure you're very much familiar with that. But that's the capture piece. That's the attract and capture their information. But now part of the conversion process is we need to keep the conversation going while we're actually out doing other things, whether you're at the beach or in a meeting or whatever else. And that's where having an automated system to send out emails on a regular basis comes in. And there are obviously a whole bunch of systems out there that do that. I am a big fan of Keap. I'm a Keap Certified Partner. It's not the only game in town, but with that tool, I can send an email, have it wait a day, send another email, have it wait a couple days, send an email. And those emails, again, are educating, giving additional freebies, inviting people to sign up for a complimentary session. All of that is happening on autopilot.
Cool.
Then you can automate making them an offer. So maybe you have an automated webinar that leads to either a sales page where they can buy right there, or a complimentary session, because maybe your product or service you need to sell on the phone. And then after they buy, now we're in the what I call the delight phase. So now that they are a customer, you don't want to just drop them. Now you want to continue to love on them, because the current clients are likely to be your future clients. So you're going to want to continue to send them information. Again, here's where you could sit down over a course of a weekend or maybe a week, write 52 emails, set it up in your automated system where people are getting an email from you once a week forever, because at the end of the 52 weeks, it cycles back and they get email number 1 again, because they don't remember what email number one was. It's new to them. They can so and you just keep that going. And then as they're happy and you've onboarded them by automatically sending them your agreement and your scheduling link, you can then get to the point where you can automatically ask them for testimonials, ask them for reviews, and ask them for referrals. All of that can be automated.
So first of all, you have this amazing dump. Like, so for some people, it's like automation goes over their head, right? And I totally get it, because I'm a techie like you. But so the one thing is, it's possible to make this simple. So if there was anything that she said, I'm not sure, I don't get it, this is why you want to be able to reach out to Dr. Denise, so she can support you in actually making it clear and actually and customize for your business. One thing I do want to ask you, so it's interesting. I know that so you're a Keap Certified Partner. We're a Constant Contact Certified Partner. And I just wanted to know, like, from your perspective, what is like the big difference between that system and Constant Contact? Are you familiar with like how, like, one little nugget, or this like, oh my gosh, this is Keap is so awesome because it does this and Constant Contact doesn't?
Well, if I recall correctly, so because it's been a while since I've been inside Constant Contact, is it a CRM, or is it only for sending out emails?
Oh, that's right. It is the CRM piece. So
yeah.
Go ahead.
So with Keap, it has CRM, customer relationship management, where you can pull up a person and you can send them an email right through there. You can see all the emails back and forth you've had with that person. You can send them a text right through there. After I have a call with them, I can keep all of my notes from the call right on their contact record.
And you can be able to like see what classes or events and stuff that they've been to. It's all kind of there.
So all their data is in one place. One of the things I particularly like about Keap, it also comes with a phone number. So you have a number that can be your business line, but it can actually ring on your cell phone. You can send text messages back and forth from your cell phone, but it will use your Keap number. So you don't have to give your personal cell phone number out to your clients. It can be the business number, which I love, because you can set office hours. So if somebody calls my phone at 11 o'clock at night, if it's on the business line, it goes straight to the voicemail. If it's a friend or family, it comes through.
Nice.
I like.
Hey.
It has landing page. You can create sales pages or webinar registration pages in there. You can have all of your products in there, so you can track purchases, and then you can make an upsell purchase in some cases.
Okay.
What else can you do? So it's a one-stop shop. That's bottom line. That's what I love about it. It has scheduling links in there. So many things.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for sharing that. I mean, it sounds fascinating. Again, if you're needing automation, one of the things that I had tried Infusionsoft, which was the much more complicated version of Keap, and everybody says that Keap is like so much calmer. So definitely, that's awesome. Well, you shared with us so much value today. Do you happen to have, like, how can we be able to get a hold of you? Do you happen to have a free gift to be able to share with us?
I do. So the gift I'm sharing with you is my scalability assessment, because, I'm talking about saving time, talking about automation, all this stuff. Really what we're talking about is your business built to scale? Is it possible that if you decide to go on vacation, how do we make sure that your business can still function without you being there? And there's things that need to be set up in order for you to be able to do that. And so the scalability assessment just gets you thinking about the various areas of your business that might need some tightening up or automation or delegation.
A little love.
Yeah, some love. And that's at scalabilityassessment.com. Scalabilityassessment.com.
Scalabilityassessment.com. Got it. Oh, wow. Well, we're just so happy that you had graced us in our stage with your presence today and with your amazing message. Is there any one big nugget that you want to just be able to give to our audience before we conclude our show today?
Yeah, let me read you a quote from Tim Ferriss, who's the author of The 4-Hour Workweek. And he said, never automate something that can be eliminated, and never delegate something that can be automated or streamlined. So really, really, I just want you to just think about what's going on in your business, and first just eliminate as much as possible, and then start looking at that automation, streamlining, and delegating.
Oh, so good. So good. Everyone who's listening to this, make sure you put your comments, your biggest takeaway in the comments below. Like, share this video if you thought that it was helpful for other people too, if you found that it was helpful for you, which I'm sure you did. And then go ahead and take advantage of that scalability assessment that Dr. Denise has. Oh, Dr. Denise, this has been so amazing. We so appreciate your time today. I know I got some awesome nuggets. I'm getting even motivated, like, oh, what else can I automate? Oh, what else can I delegate? Oh, what else can be simpler? It's so possible. It's so possible because you know what? Our freedom of time, our freedom of money, our freedom of emotional, all this stuff that comes into place when we're building this business is so very needed for creating our own business and life harmony. So thanks everyone for listening. Dr. Denise, thanks so much for being here. And we look forward to seeing you next week for another episode of Freedom Fridays. Peace, everyone.